Greetings, brothers and sisters. This is your brother, your friend, Toure Muhammad, your digital content strategist. I'm coming to you with another edition of Black Business Matters. We're excited to have an incredible entrepreneur. She's ran her own business since the age of 24. She is an amazing, dedicated, hardworking individual who is living out her passion and her dream to help children develop into productive members of society. She has an incredible vision for the future, and she is, despite the challenges and the down part of this pandemic, COVID-19, she is finding some gems, some opportunities to strengthen and fortify her business, and she's excited about the future. We sat down with her via Zoom for an interview, and we want to share that message with you right now. But first, a word from a couple of our sponsors.
It's not a party until a Sean Michelle's cobbler is served. Our peach, apple, and blueberry cobblers are homemade with only the freshest, most delicious ingredients. The cobblers are grandmother approved, and with just one taste, you'll be doing your own happy dance. But wait, there's more. Pair it with our homemade ice cream for the perfect a la mode. Call Sean Michelle's to order yours today. Sean Michelle's homemade cobblers. Fall in love again.
Have you all been to Mama Dan's Soul Food and Cafe on 79th and Maplewood? They are home of the $6 holla on Mondays and Tuesdays. And on Wednesdays and Thursdays, they have turkey and dressing. On Fridays and Saturdays, they have fish and jumbo shrimp. And Sundays, they have beef short ribs. We had a chance to sit down with Mama Dan recently and hear some of her secrets for success. Mama Dan, it's a pleasure to be here with you. It's so exciting to be with someone who has made great food for 28 years. What has been the key to success for you?
Treat people right, cook food people right, and talk to people right. That's the main thing of being.
My name is Cheryl May, and I love Dan's Soul Food. It's food like we cook at home. The dressing is like what we cook at home. The turkey is like what we cook. Black-eyed peas is like what you cook at home. And the collard greens, cabbage. I had the fish. I had that was what I had left. I done ate. And I got chicken wings to take home. I got peach cobbler to take home. The peach cobbler is off the chain. And then the sweet potato pie is off the chain. It's very good. It's like sweet potatoes I cook at home. Make some good sweet potato pie. If y'all want some good food, y'all come here.
So for some of that down home cooking with a touch of love, come by Dan's Soul Food Cafe, where every day is Thanksgiving. All right. How you doing, Linda Perez?
I'm doing great, Toure Muhammad.
It is good to see you.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So, yeah, a few hours. So, man, I'm so excited to have you on this show. You know, of course, we've done a lot together. We, from the Chatham Fall Fest to the Taste of Black Chicago to helping you with CWEG to Timbo Fly, our tax prep and financial services company that we dissolved, and just a lot of stuff. But there's one thing that you were already doing when I met you that you've been a giant excelling in, and that is daycare. So people that are unaware that you have a thriving, long-time home daycare business. So I want to talk to you about how you got started in that. I want to talk to you about what you're doing with it right now, and then talk about your vision for the future. Is that cool?
That's cool.
All right. So you're a young woman, but you've been in daycare for a while now. So talk about how you got started.
I got started, well, you could say I was an entrepreneur young. So I used to be the neighborhood babysitter. Gradually kind of starting being staff members babysitter. And then it was more an investment at an early age. Tapping into my talent and my gift and my calling, I should say. So I started at a young age, started in a daycare center at the age of 17. I just knew fast food was not for me, working at Popeyes, but it was a job for me to pay my bills at that time. But when I got the opportunity to be an intern for a couple of months, I took that opportunity and proved myself that I'm a team worker to get hired at the daycare center. And so I did that. I enjoyed it, worked up the ladder, but when I walked through that daycare, immediately I saw myself running it. I wasn't a person to settle or to be content with a position. I'm a go-getter. Been a go-getter ever since I was young.
All right, beautiful. And so you must have started running that daycare center.
Yep. So there was different positions in the daycare, teacher assistant to a 2-year-old teacher to a 3-year-old teacher to being a kindergarten to being an assistant director to being a director. And my thing is, I tell people when you go to work for someone, your goal is to learn, and not just hop around from job to job, but get to something that they really had a passion for or something that they love, but learn their system, learn how to operate that business. And then you go produce it, but you produce it your own style, your own way. And that was one thing in daycare is, it wasn't my fully daycare, but I operated, but there were some things that were restricted. And so that pushed me even more to open my own at the age of 24.
Wow. So, I mean, that's a powerful lesson there. You take your job and the opportunity to take it to the highest level with the idea of starting your own business. So 24, you launched the daycare, and so how long has that been, and what's been your experience, during this time?
So my experience with running it from my home is just amazing. It's a great opportunity. I really take pride. If something happens, my cat is pushing up against this thing, and so if anything happens or if it falls, just know it's my cat. But it's been a great opportunity running my home daycare, and just touching so many kids in our community. And my motto is, it takes a village. I stick with that model with my women's group, my daycare. It really takes a village. And that goes back to a text message I received yesterday, but we'll talk about that in a minute. But it really takes a village, and it takes the impact of you making a difference. And I believe my God put me in places or in different communities, because you can call me an Egyptian. I moved a lot, but that's the gift of renting too at that time. Now I'm a homeowner, so I can't move around as much. But I was moving in communities to touch those in that community, or leave my legacy in that community, reach out to those parents and kids in that community. But it's just been a great opportunity, a great feeling just to come along to those families and bringing value to those families. From love, from wisdom, from just conversations, just having those small talks with our parents. It's a big impact when it comes to our little ones. So I believe you don't have to be the birth mother, but you could be some type of mother figure. And that's why my kids call me Mama Two. Mama Two's been around for years, and there's so much story around Mama Two as well. And I never wanted to call my daycare center Mama Two. So there's a name that I came up with for the daycare center that represents Mama Two as well. But it's just been a great blessing that I can come across kids and just be part of their lives, and parents that are struggling, or single mothers, even single fathers. So I'm not gonna leave them out. It's just been a great opportunity.
And it's beautiful. And, I've had the opportunity, the blessing to see the daycare in operation. and you talk about the children, but also staff. Kind of call you mama too, and you promote a culture of family and looking out for each other, even beyond when they get too old for daycare. So talk a little bit about why that's important to you.
It's important to embrace everyone, because you don't know what a person is coming from, what they're lacking in their home, or just anything. So it's important to love everyone as a daughter, as a son, or as a sister, or as a brother, whatever you prefer. But I do have workers, and it takes me a little time to open up to my workers because there's that trust factor. But you have to show yourself. But I think that's really important to have those relationships with your workers. And when you share your vision with your workers, your whole operation runs so smooth because they see your vision. They're part of your vision. You're including them. You might hang out, invite them to family function. And it's really important because you guys become one. It's a unity. It's not that I'm the owner and I'm the head, or I'm above you. No, we're all equal. We all have to stay humble in the position. And some people get that confused when you become business owners. Oh, it's my business. I can do what I want. No, there's guidelines. There's things that you shouldn't do, but you have to think about the next person's feelings. And that goes a long way. And that's why I haven't had a revolving door in my daycare, because I take care of my staff. I love my staff. I give young girls opportunities, and I take them under my wing. I mentor them because eventually I want you to open your own daycare. There's so many people that I've helped to open a daycare, and that's hard in our community as Black women to help the next person. And just like my neighbor, I end up helping her or assisting her and giving her ideas. That's what it's about. It's sisterhood, it's building. But just make sure when you open up a daycare, it's about the children, it's about quality, it's about what you can offer them and what changes you can make and be the big impact in your community. What areas are our community lacking in when it comes to our babies and our children?
So, and you have a daycare that's I don't know. I ain't been to many daycares, but to me, it's unique. The ones that I have been in. You walk in, there's some rooms. You often see the children sitting in front of a television. You might see a few toys laying around that look like they've seen better days. And you don't see, might be a few books scattered around, but you don't see real education and engagement. And those preschool years are incredibly important. So talk about
Very important.
passion for
It's critical. Their minds are like little sponges. It's critical to put in place a lesson plan. I have seen home-based and daycare centers. I'll go in and pretend like I'm a parent just trying to register just to kind of see who's my competition, but what the challenges are that we're having, or why our kids are less performing when they get to kindergarten, first grade. You'll be amazed that some people take daycare as babysitting. And I stress that to my staff. We are not here to babysit. We don't just randomly force the kids to take naps and then we go sleep, or I run upstairs and go to bed. That's not daycare. So it's really important that you have a schedule, that you have a routine. Kids love routines. I'm sorry for saying kids. Children loves routines because they're not goats. As who would say that, Toure? Who's the favorite? They're always correct.
Yeah.
But our children love routines. There's one that comes in, Bryson. When he comes in every morning, he knows to take off his coat, go hang it up, wash his hands. He's ready to eat. That's his morning routine. And if I try to change it, he'll be like, whoa, like, what are you doing? But it's important to put in a lesson plan each month, from academic to science. You add math, you add artwork. So our kids, they have a full curriculum and they love coming here. And that's when you know you're doing your job. And that just goes back to, I received a text message that one of my old students requested me on Facebook as friends. And I was shocked to see her because now she's all grown up, probably 22, 23 years old. But the fact that she even sent a beautiful text, that I will always remember the good teachers that taught me. And it takes a village. So that lets me know what I believe in. I'm actually sowing that seed out there. I'm actually doing it. Go ahead.
Yep. So I know by some of the posts that you've done on Facebook and by assisting a little bit, that you are doing some reorganizing during this stay-at-home period, right? So
Yes.
can you give us a little peek at the room that you're in? And
Oh, well, that's a little peek you're gonna get for right now. So we are doing, because this room is still under development. We just got the bookshelf up, so we have to put up the library. But the room that I'm in is the art, learning, and library room. So it's the quiet room. In the front, we have an infant room designed just for the babies until they turn 1. Then we have the big playroom where it's the living room. None of my furniture is in there. It's all designed for the kids. Then we have the middle room where all the cribs are. You will call it a dining room, but it's the infant sleeping room right now. Then we have the main basement. The basement is actually getting redone and touched up so it can be operated as well for kids to go down there and play with large muscle activities and hang up their coats. And then it'll be for our after school kids as well. And if some infants maybe be fussy or something, and if they get attached and the staff goes down, we put 2 cribs down there for that reason if the baby is attached to a certain staff. But once you come into our daycare, you become family. It's beautiful to see FaceTime with my kids or get a text message. I have one child that tells his mom, I want to go to Linda's house. Put my coat on. So she's like, every morning, this is his routine. Are we going to Linda's house? And she say, no, not today. Well, we're going, put my coat on. So it's cute to see, him do that because I had him ever since he was 6 weeks. And now he's 4. So it's a beautiful thing to hear that. I just got an update from one of my parents about one of our infants. He's crawling, he's pulling up. It's beautiful because we did a lot of floor time with him. So it wasn't just put him in the crib, make them sleep, put them in the crib, make them sleep. We actually interact. We prefer our babies to be more active in our daycare as well. Of course, they're going to go on their own routine and schedule, but it's important to do a lot of tummy time activities with our infants, and then just make sure we have our engage our toddlers into our preschoolers as well. So I miss my babies, but I'm using this opportunity to kind of remodel, get the things in order, because when daycares and in effect, it's busy that you can't get a chance to do the things that you want. We're getting the backyard redone for them for the playground set. So we don't have to deal with muddy shoes. It'll be all concrete. So it's just amazing that as a business owner, you want to put back into your business. So this is a great time that I'm using to put back in to update.
And so talk about this time a little bit. It has been, you are finding now some opportunities to do some things, but it was a surprise. So talk about just in general how the coronavirus has affected daycare, and then what the state is doing to kind of help daycare owners right now.
So it was a big shock, and I think we were all worried. Parents was worried. But like I tell my parents, our kids come first, their safety comes first. We did have a lot of sickly children in our daycare, so I was really concerned because we have the runny nose, we have the coughs, we have the fevers. It was the flu, so we had kids that had the flu since November. And so it was a shocking, but I was like kind of relieved that we needed this break because a lot of kids were sick. And sometimes our parents think about, oh, I got to go to work. I got to go make this money. I don't have no options but to go to work. Can you watch this baby? Understanding they're putting everyone at risk. So now when the state did reinforce it, it was kind of a good thing. And then you have your ups and downs and you're negative about it because now parents need daycare. But then most of our parents are not at work anyways because they're not first responders. Some of them got laid off. Some of them, are not working. So I hate that part because it can hurt a lot of families financially in this crisis. But daycare, they have protected us, and that's the great part of being part of a union because we are protected when there's certain things. We do have people fighting for us. But as long as we're still paying our payroll, taking care of daycare, we're going to be fully operating as we're open, but we're not open. So Child Care Action, Governor, they really made things easy for us, but DCFS has suspended all daycare licenses as tax exempt daycares. because as DCFS is not fully operating at this time either because of the social distance. So if something happens in our home daycares or in our daycare centers, they're really not responsible. So I can understand why they made everyone tax exempt daycares right now. But they have programs for us as well to assist us. So it's just a great opportunity to take this time to really invest in the daycare. Not personal, but for the daycare, for the babies. So I'm hoping that we can open back up in May. I'm praying. I'm hearing May 7th now. So people can get back to work. Kids can get back into the routine. I do make calls or drops off to take my kids work. So if my parents ask me to bring them work, I actually create them a package and I will bring it to them because it's important to keep them on my lesson plan that I already had in place.
Man, that's
yeah, so it's a good and it's a bad, but it's opportunities for daycares to take advantage to actually do some small repairs or major repairs. So you got to pull up your carpet because now you got to think about the new standards that DCFS is going to require daycares and home daycares to put in place because of the Corona-19. So people can work on their new procedures, their safety evaluation. This is the time to get this paperwork done while the children are in or less. You might have less kids in your daycare. So take opportunity to start recreating your documents because it's going to be required by DCFS.
Yep. Another positive point is that in about 12 months, you may have some parents with a new baby for you to take care of.
I know, right? This is that time. But I tell people this, God
there's going to be babies in this quarantine time.
But I look at this because we do watch our babies from 6 to 6. It could be from 8 to 6, 8 to 8. But this is the opportunity that family can actually come together and spend quality time, and they can really see where their child's development is weak or where they're strong at. But this brings families together, and some might, separate in this issue, but the kids get that time with mom and dad right now. They get more of that social time at home instead of just coming home, eat dinner, take a shower, and go to bed. They get more day-to-day time with their parents, and that's a good thing, I feel.
Oh, you said some might separate. You might be hearing something. Don't get into that.
I don't want to touch that, but it forces people to work on their relationships, and then it might ask you the question, why? Why? But this is the opportunity. I take this opportunity with my boys where they're learning how to put in a new fuse or pulling up carpet or, using a hammer, understanding tools. So we do hands-on activities.
You say your boys because you have a daycare, but you have nephews that you take care of as well.
Yeah, nephews, and those are my boys. But I wouldn't change it, but this is the opportunity, even with parents, if you guys are stuck at home, they can look up free exercises on the computer and print out, or talk to your daycare provider and see if they can get some work done. I mean, you can pick it up or schedule a day to keep our little ones busy and active at this time.
So what are some tips you would give parents that are at home that, many have never had the experience of actually trying to help their children stay busy and teach because they're working. Often it's cleaning and homework, but what are some activities that children can do at home with their parents?
But basic, you can look, it's so much that we have Google and the internet now. But if parents can just print out a calendar, make it where it says art projects, and just put basic, simple things. We know it's springtime. They can plant in-house and foam cups. Easter, you can make baskets. You can design eggs. You can go to Walmart and buy some arts and crafts stuff. And kids love popsicle sticks. If they just glue them on top of each other, simple. It could be a map. Here, how many reds do you have? How many yellows do you have? Okay, now I want you to glue them together. Hands-on activities. They can take a letter B or C and create it and cut it out in construction paper. And they can talk about cats and whatever starts with the letter C and maybe glue it on construction paper or cut out pictures out the magazines. maybe different items of household items, or have them run around the house looking for something orange or red or something like that, or if it's a different shape. But it's that time where you can just be creative with a lot of things that you have at home. It could be the tissue, the roll, and you can make a little rattle out of it. Put a piece of rubber band and some clear paper on it and have them shake it and make instruments. There's a lot of little things that they can do and use around the home. It's called recycle. So if you could just sit back, clean out your closet, clean out your cabinet, just see the things that you can recycle and let the kids do art out of it.
So, while there, of course, you have home daycares and you have commercial daycares, and you've been working on expanding and creating a commercial space. So talk a little bit about why you're passionate about that.
So we are working on it. Of course, everything's kind of slow with the market, but Dinka will be our name, and that represents Mama Too. Dinka Learning Center. And so what we want to do, and what I've seen over the years as being a daycare owner, working in daycares, our kids lack so much in our community, and it's not that much resource in our community. So what I want to do is just bring something different to our daycare. I'm not going to go into too much details, but we will be different. Our kids will have more. Say, instance, you have dancing or theater. I want to add that into our daycare curriculum where it's a part of their tuition, no extra fees, because our parents if you look at our parents are either on subsidized payment or they're on a fixed income, or it might be one income. So our kids really don't experience cooking classes, karate, theater, if they want to get into that. So we want to add certain things into our program for our kids so they can have an opportunity and kind of be exposed to different things, even when it comes to business. We lack other conversations in our families or in our household, even about finance. So we want to teach the kids about finance at an early age so they can start having good habits at an early age. Letting them understand taking a jar and putting a quarter in there every day and see how much they get by the end of the year or something like that. So we just want to teach and make sure that we incorporate life living skills in our daycare as well. Things that they will actually need in the real world, things that will take them further in life and make them think about what they want to do and give them all the opportunity that anything is possible. Nothing is not possible for them. The sky, they can reach as high as they want to.
Man, beautiful. So, man, that's a wonderful vision, wonderful track record. Is there anything else you want to add that we missed?
So eventually when we open the daycare center, we want to open it in Chatham or the South Shore area. Wherever he leads us too far as our building, but our goal is to be the South Shore or Chatham. Still close for the parents that I have now, but we want to expand at least 3 daycares here in the city to offer a great system of quality daycare and not just popping them up and not having no quality.
All right, y'all heard it first here on Black Business Matters. Dinka's Learning Center coming to a neighborhood, if you're in Chatham or South Shore, near you pretty soon. Man, we appreciate you. We love you. We thank you for being on Black Business Matters, and we look forward to experiencing and seeing many more of the children that you touch and help to grow into productive citizens in society.
Yes. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure.
Yeah. Bye.
Sean Michelle's Homemade Ice Cream is the only place to go when the ladies crave delicious old-fashioned homemade ice cream. Their vanilla tastes just like Grandma used to make it. With over 35 flavors, all made with the freshest ingredients, Kathy has never had banana pudding ice cream this good. It's homemade ice cream the way you remember, and Sean Michelle's doesn't upset your stomach. Enjoy in-store or take it to go. Sean Michelle's. Fall in love again.
First-time customers, buy one, get one free.
The Black Business Matters Show is produced by Bean Soup Times.